help you, kid? So bored. Nothing to do around here. Well, why don't you just read a book or something? A book? There's no books around here. There's not even a library. Sounds like somebody should build one. That's it. Verb, I know what we're gonna do today. My name's Jeff. Hey, where's Perry? Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. And as you can see guys, we are so back. We are so back. That's right, we've got armor and we've got tools, and that is all courtesy of the build we did last episode, and more specifically, the villagers that live in the basement of the build we did last episode. Because these guys are where I got my diamond armor and my diamond tools and, well, a whole lot of other stuff too. It's been a lot of trading down here, a lot of emeralds spent. No thanks at all to the zombie that I have back here. I showed you guys last episode. I've got a zombie walking around back behind all these guys, so I can just lower them down, and then he'll eat them, and they'll get zombified, and then I can, you know, cure them so that they give me cheap trades. Nope. No. Does not work for me, and I have no idea why, because I thought I did it right. I think maybe it has to do with the fact that I put a silenced name tag on the zombies so I don't have to hear him all the time. But, you know, it worked on this guy. This guy's got cheap trades. That's because he was zombified, so it worked on at least one of them, and I don't know why it doesn't work on the rest. But I've been having some issues down here with these guys, because some of them, I haven't liked their trades, so I've had to switch some of them out and get all of them back up to master again, and I've wasted a lot of emeralds. I don't want to know how many emeralds I've spent down here. Like I said, a lot of stuff that I'll probably never ever use, really. But these guys have been supplying me with a lot of the stuff I've been using for the armor stand. Specifically, these leather workers have been giving me all of the armor that I need for all the armor stands upstairs. Let me show you guys around, because it's been really fun putting all these together, making these little scenes. I got this guy over here, the little farmer guy, and I got all the hose on the wall, and you know, I custom dyed all the leather on all of these guys. I made them myself, so pretty much I took whatever color was off of it when I got the trade, and then I put new colors on it to make it kind of stand out, each with their scene. So this guy's kind of got orange on for fall, kind of like he's, you know, farming like some fall plants and stuff, even though there's no plants in here. I don't want the villagers to get any ideas like they can eat the merchandise or anything. These guys are a couple of rejects from downstairs. They were Fletchers. I got a lot of arrows from them, but then I realized I didn't really need them. This guy, he was a dud weaponsmith guy, so he's ended up out here now as the cashier. Over here I've got the fishing area. I put a drowned head on this guy. I thought he looked really nice. Fishing like this, it's really cute. And I also dyed his armor kind of to match his head. And I got all the fishing poles over there. This one's really fun. I have a husk head, and I dyed his armor to kind of match his yellow or whitish hair on his head. And I think it came out looking really nice and kind of realistic looking. Over here, I just decided to use the stray head. No real reason for that. I just had a whole bunch of these, so I forgot to give him a pickaxe, but that's pretty much what it looked like. He's pickaxing for that gold right there. I hung up the pickaxes up here, and I mean, I do hit my head a little bit, but I do like the way that it looks, so I'll just have to be careful, watch my head as I go around. Going upstairs, we have the axes all along the wall here. This guy, oh, forgot to give him an axe. Should have an axe and pretty much chopping away at the tree. Here's another reject from downstairs. Oh, I took that off there. Oh, nice. Over here, I've got I've got the bog, who is doing the archery, and got some bows and crossbows hanging over there. I've got these guys fighting in the arena with their swords, and I got some swords over here. And then I got that guy up there about to jump down with the hammer, which I definitely did not go to the trial chamber to try to look for a heavy core yet. That'll be for another time. But yeah, as you can see, I need to get some more of the tools and stuff out onto display. I don't have all of them quite yet, but I have a good bit of them. But I want to show you guys the boutique because I like the way that came out a lot. I got a whole bunch of villager heads, and I spent a whole lot of time making all these different armors, and I think that it came out looking really, really, really nice. Especially this one right here. I think this one looks so cute. I kind of have them like matching, you know, they all got all like pastels on, so they kind of all match together like a nice little happy family. These guys are just standing around looking all fly together. And this one, this is definitely the cutest one. The little baby with the little parent mama right there. Oh, it's so cute. And then you got these guys right here. And I bet you're wondering where I got all those villager heads. And, you know, I'm not crazy. I wouldn't do that to my own villagers. I mean, this village is a little bit, it's got questionable morals throughout the village. Let's just say that. But I'm not going to do that to my own villagers because they would charge me a lot of money if I did do that. So I had to go somewhere else to do that. You see, my villagers can do no wrong. But these guys over here, well, let's just say they are not having a good time. Pretty much I cleared out all the villagers from the village. I don't think there's really any left over there. And I made this little, well, not so little. I made this big villager breeder, and it's got 4 cells in it. It's got 2 villagers per cell, and well, you're missing your guy. Sometimes they like glitch through the corners. I don't really know how it happens. I think it's something with the beds when they try to go to sleep. They like glitch through it, and I don't really know exactly how it works, but sometimes I lose villagers, but that's okay. I just fix it every once in a while. But yeah, we got the 2 over here, and then these. Did my villagers just turn into iron golems? What's going on here? How did this happen? Oh boy, I'll have to fix that later. But pretty much the way this system works is there is some minecart rails laid out over here, and let's see, where is the minecart? So, as the minecart comes back, it will get put back into the dispenser, and then it will get pushed back out and go along its way. If there's an adult villager standing right there at the edge of the water, it will get taken by the minecart, and it'll get swept along its way over to here. This is where, oh my goodness, I have all my villagers. And look how many there are. So whenever I need to get some villager heads for armor stands or whatnot, I just come over here and, well, you guys know what happens next. I don't have to say it out loud, do I? But it's not me that's doing it to these villagers. It's actually MineCorp. See, these guys, I haven't really built out all their lore and their buildings yet because I've been busy with other farms and stuff that I need for my regular survival. But pretty soon we're gonna get back to these guys, and let me tell you, they are very, very sketchy. Those guys are the ones that imprisoned those villagers and are taking all their villager heads, and it's not me at all. Nope, not me at all. And you're probably wondering why there's a whole lot of pod soul over here all of a sudden, and that's because I was doing some tree farming, because the build we're doing today, I've needed a lot of wood, and my storage was fresh out of pretty much all my wood. So I did a good bit of tree farming over here. As you can see, I got some spruce and some oak, and I even went a little crazy, got some jungle and a bunch of different kinds, some acacia too. And so pretty much used up my whole axe just gathering wood, but it was totally worth it. I've got a whole bunch of wood in my storage now, and that is really nice to have, so that way I don't have to go out and chop trees later. I do want to build like a whole tree farm eventually, but I don't know how to do it yet, and it's not really a necessity yet. I've got some other things that I want to do, so for now I'll just keep chopping the trees manually. And speaking of today's build, as promised last episode, we are going to be building ourselves a little library. And by little, I mean, well, big library, actually. Because I want to store a lot of different books in here, so that way I don't have to go down and trade with villagers very often. I just kind of want to get a bulk supply of the books that I might need, and just stick them in the library, and if I ever need one, you know, I shouldn't be too often. Hopefully I'm not losing my armor and tools and stuff that often. But if I ever need it, then I'll just be able to go into the library and grab the book that I need. But yeah, it's going to be pretty big. I think it's 36 by 36. So these little scaffoldings are measuring the corners just to kind of, so I get an idea of like how big it is. And yeah, it's pretty big. And I wanted to kind of show you guys my creative process when I'm going through building these things a little bit, just so you guys kind of get an idea of like how I decide how to build and how I end up building it. Because I don't use like any mods to help me build it. What I do is I build it in creative, and then I take a bunch of screenshots and just kind of copy it from my creative to my survival by hand, and it's not always perfect, but it adds to the character, I think, of it. So let's hop over to the creative world real quick so I can show you. So we're over here in my creative world now, and as you can see, it's kind of just full of random builds and stuff. Sometimes I get an idea to build something, and sometimes it works out and it ends up in a video, like, you know, the tool area or the lab. And sometimes it doesn't really end up in a video, like the Christmas tree over there. I probably will build something like this maybe next Christmas. It's a little too late for this Christmas. But yeah, this is kind of where I go to like just brainstorm building ideas, and it's a lot easier for me to play around with different textures and colors and stuff without having to like worry about gathering. And also, the height of buildings sometimes can be annoying in survival if I don't really know exactly where I'm going. So it's easy to just be able to fly around and place things. So like, for example, my rocket lab here, I fully built it out here. And when it came time for me to build it in the survival world, I pretty much took screenshots of this, but also I gave myself a little guide right here. So as you can see, the diorite down at the bottom, that's kind of like the white layer down there. And I gave myself like a little bit of an outline, kind of show like how many blocks I need to go in like each direction. And then the second layer is this deep slate right here, and that is this dark layer in the middle here. And so same thing, kind of, it's an exact like 1-to-1 replica of like how wide it needs to be, not really how tall, but how wide. The third layer is the andesite, which is like that white layer right there, and then the top layer is the granite, which is the top gray layer right there. And then over here on this side, this tells me how tall each of the layers need to be and how they overlap and stuff like that. So yeah, without giving away too much of the build before we actually build it, I wanted to show you guys the outline design of the build. And the whole reason pretty much that I wanted to show you the creative process was because this looks pretty sus, not gonna lie. That's enough fooling around for now, because we have got a build to do. I've got all my supplies here. You guys can just sit back and relax while I put this thing together block by block in a time lapse. Let's hit it. think I might be onto something here. Because this build, I think it came out really nice actually. The white and the black and the copper just really complement each other really well, and then the oak base layer pretty much kind of to match the other oak things. Oh, my elytra's getting low. But yeah, the inside is still incomplete. We do still have to do that, but the outside looks really nice. I think adding the shutters to the windows added a nice little touch. That's what those are supposed to be, kind of shutters. But there's one problem out here still is I didn't do any terraforming yet, or brought the building down. So that I need to do still. I put stills there until I do the landscaping, but I think we're gonna do the landscaping next. I just need to figure out how to do it exactly. I brought a lot of dirt and sand and stuff over here, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take care of that, and I'll show you guys when I'm done. Ah, that is looking a lot better now. I added some dirt along the side and a little hill down to where the terrain was before. And I tried to make it look as natural as possible, and I think that part came out really good. I don't think you can really tell that I added this in. It just kind of looks like it was a natural part of the terrain. And then along the back where there's the half circle, I did leave that on stilts, but I increased the level of this ground a little bit, so I brought it up probably like 3 or 4 blocks. And I think that makes it look too good. It doesn't look like too tall, although I might bring it up a little bit higher. Let's just fly out and see. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. Definitely good enough for now, and I think we can move on for it, but maybe in the future I will increase it a little bit. This side over here, I'm not too happy about either. I need to work on the terraforming. It looks a little too square over here, but for now, that is what I'll do, and I can work on that maybe between episodes or something like that, because for the next part of this build, we have to do the interior now, and also find a spot for our villagers. But I laid out a little bit of what the interior is going to look like. I started off, this is going to be like the welcome desk. So when people walk in, the little librarian will greet them, and if they need help finding anything in the library, they'll be here and help them navigate, around the area. And I added these walls here because I kind of want to split off this area. I don't want it to just be like a big kind of open room. I kind of want it to be split into at least 2, like the front half and the back half, and naturally this side and this side will be a little bit split as well, just because of the way the front is built. And I'm thinking up here in this front area we could have like a computer room, because like how libraries have like free use computers and stuff. We could have like a little computer room, maybe like some desks and stuff too. And then this side will be like a more traditional like rows of library shelves with books on them, and that's where I'll store some of our enchanted books. We'll have to have a whole bunch of enchanted books around in the area, so we'll have like more shelves and stuff around. But in the back, I'm thinking, since it's got this nice big curved window, it's got kind of a more like relaxing feeling to it, and I think we could take advantage of that by just adding like a little kind of hangout area. We'll have like some couches, put down a rug, and people can like relax here, or they can read here. We'll add some desks and stuff back here too, so if they need to get some work done, they can get some work done. We'll probably split this section in half too. Maybe I'll add like a wall going down the middle or something like that. And we'll have this kind of area split off into 2 different sections, so that way this kind of area is private and that area is private, and maybe we can have 2 like slightly different uses. Maybe like this area is more for working, that area is more for social, or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure out the lore as we go. But this is where I want to have the villagers that we trade with down here. I've already dug it out and decorated it up just a little bit, but we have 16 slots here for different villager librarians, so we can trade books with them. And so that's probably going to take a while. We probably won't get through that in this episode. Maybe we'll get a couple of them in here, but just the re-rolling the villager trades takes a long time, because you got to get the book that you want. So it takes a while, but eventually I'll do that. And then I kind of want to have a system where I can like send the books back up to the top, so I think I'll build that like on the end here once that's ready. So yeah, that is the plan. I think we should get started with the build up top first. And then we can grab a couple of villagers maybe and bring them over after that. It has just now occurred to me that I need bookshelves to do a lot of this decorating, and I plan on getting bookshelves from the villagers. So I think we got to pivot now after we did a little bit of work here and grab some villagers, and maybe we'll put like 2 villagers in here and have them both sell bookshelves. I think that'll be a good idea. Maybe if we need more, we can get more, but I hope 2 will be enough. And lucky for me, between episodes, I decided to build a second breeding area for villagers. So the first one is up in those stories up there in that building, and we got the villagers up top where I grabbed them. I also started one underground down here as just a little bit of like a supplemental area because I used a lot of those villagers in the last episode. So it was taking a little while for their population to come back. So I started a second population down here. And we've got a decent amount down here. So I'm hoping this episode will be a little bit quicker for us to get all the villagers that we need. So pretty much the way I do this is I just set up a little trap right here. And I try my best to get a villager. Oh, I'll walk into it. Haha, there we go, got one. And we just make a little staircase out from here and we pull them out. Boom, perfect. And let's just cover that back up while we're transporting them. It's short ways, just over there. I'll just drag them on over. All right, perfect. We've got him here behind the desk. Now if we can just drop a lectern for him. See if we can get him as close as possible here. Will you take this job in the boat? Yeah. See, he got flame enchantment. Well, no, we're looking for bookshelves. But if he does end up with a really good enchantment, I will change him to be one of the downstairs guys. Curse of Binding. That's kind of a funny one to have too. And he's got bookshelves, so perfect. Let me grab some emeralds and I can trade with them and we can get some bookshelves. All right, Mr. Villager, let's get some bookshelves. Nice. Locked in. All right, let's get one more. And now we've got 2 villagers in here. I had a little problem though. I accidentally hit one of them when I was trying to move around their lecterns. So now they're overcharging me. I would just have to wait for that effect to wear off, I guess. But I did manage to get 41 bookshelves from them before that, so maybe that's enough for us to get started on decorating at least. And just like that, the downstairs is all done. And it actually came out really cozy inside. I really like the way that it came out. We have the computer room over here, and it's kind of like shut off from the rest of the library because of this bookshelf. So it feels like its own little area where you got like the computers and some desks and stuff. And then in the back over here, we got some couches where you can hang out with your friends, or you just want to lounge around and read a book or something, you can do it here on this couch. And then we got some desks all along the edge here, so there's plenty of desks for you to do like homework or anything that you need to do. And I have a big meeting table on this side of the wall, so if you have like a group project or you have something that you got to work with a whole bunch of different people on, this would be a great place to do it. I don't know, maybe you can tell I was thinking about my college library when I was building the interior of this thing. Over here is just some bookshelves, which I thought was pretty like standard stereotypical library feel, so I wanted to add some rows of bookshelves. And I left a lot of space in between. I didn't want it to feel like too cluttered and cramped when you're walking around. I still wanted to feel like there's a lot of space. But yeah, I like the way that all this came out. It looks so nice. The upstairs isn't quite done. I haven't really done much up here so far, but I think I'm gonna save that maybe for another episode, because I want to start getting some villagers downstairs so we can start getting some of those precious enchanted books. And the way that I want to do this, I want to make their trades cheaper, because I've been buying a lot of books from those guys over there, and these guys, they're pretty expensive. The 9 emeralds per bookshelf, and I didn't bother trying to make it any cheaper by like turning them into zombies or anything. I just paid it, and my emerald reserves are now at an all-time low. So I want to make these other villagers, their trades a lot cheaper, and I'm gonna do that with this guy right here. Oh, what? I guess a cow got in the boat with him. But yeah, I'm gonna use this guy to transform a bunch of villagers into zombies, and then I'll transform them back with some potions of weakness and some golden apples, and hopefully get some cheaper trades that way. Because yeah, I'm pretty broke now, and I need more emeralds, and I don't want to pay full price for all these books, because I know the enchanted books are pretty expensive when they're full price. So any little bit of oh, we got music. Any little bit of a discount on the books will help. So let me grab some villagers, and then we can get started on this transformation process. All right, I've got 10 villagers and boats over here, and I guess an iron golem. Seems I've made an unintentional iron golem farm here. And 1 zombie in the middle. We gotta wait till nighttime before I can release them, and then hopefully we can get some zombie villagers here. I'll have to take care of that iron golem, otherwise he'll kill that zombie. The zombie's already pretty low because he took a good bit of sunlight damage before I put that roof on him. But yeah, let's wait till sundown. Looks like we got a little bit of time to kill. All right, the sun is setting. Finally. And I know that there must be some way that is more efficient than this, but this was just the first way I thought of, and I thought it would be kind of cool. So, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's let them out. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Go for somebody else. If I go high enough, they'll stop caring about me. I'll go for the villagers. There we go. Now he's on the villagers. Maybe? Did he? He was looking right at him. There we go. Now he's got him. It's working! See, it was so easy. I just had to go, I don't know, 40 blocks in the air. Alright, I'm gonna let him transform all these guys, and then I'm gonna go down there and kill him before he hurts any of my other villagers. Alright, they're all transformed. Now, let me go get the potions of weakness and the golden apples so we can transform them back. Alright, I got 10 splash potions, and I've got 10 golden apples. So, let's see if I can split this splash potion maybe up. I know these guys at least got it. Yeah, they got it too. Nice. Conserve the splash potions. Alright, let me get the rest of them. And it appears we're in a race against the clock. The sun is starting to rise. I really hope these guys transform before the sun comes up. Oh, maybe I'll build them a little shelter, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's build them a shelter. Just in case. I don't want to lose all this progress. Well, I wasn't quite quick enough. I lost a couple. I think I lost 3. So, it definitely could have been worse. I could have lost all 10 if I didn't start doing that now. So, yeah, I guess that's a win. Oh, man. They're all transforming now. One more to go. Come on, buddy. You can do it. There we go. All right. We got 7 villagers, so not as many as I was hoping, but still a good amount. Now I'm going to transport them down to the underground. And the way I'm going to do that is through this little tunnel that I have pre-dug here. I just send them down here. And then they will go down into this tunnel. And I'll drag them over here, and this is where all their little cells are. So while they're down here, I'll figure out which trades they are gonna have. And then I'll lock them in their cells after that. What the heck is this? There's a cow in the way. Uh-oh. Alright, got our first ones down here. Let's just drag them down a little bit more. And then I have lecterns. We can try to figure out which trades they have, and then we'll lock them in. Alright, I've got 2 of them in their homes now, and I've got sharpness 4, feather falling 3. I decided early on that I'm gonna take either the highest enchantment or the second highest enchantment. I don't care if I have to combine 2 books. I just don't want to have to combine like 5 books in order to get the highest enchantment. So these are both one-off from the highest, and that is totally okay with me. I don't think it's worth the time to keep re-rolling until we get the highest enchantment. If at a later time I do think that, then I can just come in here and change out these villagers for new ones, you know? So for now, that's what we'll do. Let me go get some more villagers. Now I've got all 7 of them down here. Took a little while to roll all their trades, especially the last guy, but we got feather falling 3, sharpness 4, unbreaking 3, fortune 2. We don't worry about this guy. Efficiency 5 and protection 4. And what happened here is, well, this guy, I rolled efficiency 4, so I took it. And then the very next guy, I rolled efficiency 5, and I figured I couldn't really pass it up, especially because, like, look how expensive it is. 22 emeralds for the book. So this is a steep discount to go with the 5 over the 4. So this guy I might have to do something else with, or just let him go to roam free throughout the village. Yeah, so I'm gonna need a lot more villagers, and I'm also going to want to do the zombie transformation on them so we get the cheaper trades, because it is pretty significant here. Like this one, for example, down from 22 to just 1 emerald. Pretty crazy. So I'm going to want to do the transformation on all of them, which means I'm going to need more golden apples and more potions of weaknesses and more villagers, and it's going to take a while. So I think that is all we're going to be able to do today. In between episodes, I'll work on getting more of the villagers and the supplies needed for transforming, and I'll get them down there and get their trades all sorted out. But we did a lot of stuff today. We built the whole library, we got the bottom floor decorated, we got some of those villagers in, and oh look, we got some villager visitors over here. But yeah, a lot of stuff done, and I'm really happy with all the progress that we have made. So, if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a like on the video if you enjoyed it. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.